explain what is mindfulness?
We want to stop emotions.
Sleep faster.
When you work 100%.
I don't understand, explain me more. Why it works like that?
We are coming back to the beginning.
We suffer more in imagination than in real life.
And this is the truth.
Today I will talk to Marta Doroszuk. Marta has a PhD in psychology and she works in the IT field. Thank you for coming. And can you tell me what you do in IT exactly?
Of course. Thank you for having me, firstly. I'm a soft skills and leadership trainer. Generally, I'm also a practitioner in psychology, so I work with clients, with patients from hospice as well, providing psychological support. But my first job, let's say like this, are workshops. I deliver workshop on soft skills, leadership skills on daily basis. So this is.
Okay. And can you tell can you explain what is soft skills if for the people that never heard?
So, generally at work, we need our hard skills, we need to have a knowledge, but it's not just about this. It's also about how we communicate, how we build relationships with people, how we explain things. So soft skills are about generally communication, generally about dealing with emotions as well. Something what we may have, but also something what we can learn. And here I'm helping if you need to learn something about soft skills.
Okay, for example, it is you teach how to have a communication with each other inside the teams and the manager-employee relationship and such kind of things, yes? And what are usually the issues? What people don't have in the real life when they burn and they don't learn that they have to go to that soft skills trainings, because in the IT, a lot of IT companies have that trainings how to communicate each other, and what is missing in our societies?
Many times it's about collaboration. So when we work in the IT field, we need to work with others as well. And, as I said, we have those hard skills, but then it comes this part about, okay, so let's talk about this, let's decide together. And if we don't have soft skills, it can be really hard. Also taking decisions, agreeing on things, dealing with emotions. So emotional intelligence here is also important. Because it's working with others is not just about hard skills. It's also about, okay, I'm here, this is me, but there are also other people. We need to understand each other to work better together to achieve results.
Do you think it's connected to the fields and the type of work that engineers do, and the type of mind and thinking? Because if there are people they work as a software engineer, there are more have engineering mindset, yeah. And do they have less emotions and such kind of things?
Yes, I see this during my workshops. Because, I'm a psychologist. For me, this is really normal to talk about emotions, trying to understand what is happening inside me, increasing self-awareness. But I see during my workshops that, this is something new for many people, because I deliver workshops mostly in IT field, that many people didn't think about this. Okay, what is happening with me? How do I feel? How this influence my work as well? How does this influence my relationships with people at work? And this is quite important. Sometimes maybe we don't put a lot of attention here, but then suddenly, something is happening. We are getting burnout. So we are deciding leaving job, and we don't know why. Mm-hmm. And maybe this is because of this, that we can't find the way to communicate with people.
So a lot of times that people think that they don't like that job, it mostly means that it can be that they are burned out and it's not just they don't like the job, yes?
It can be, because there can be a lot of reasons, but this can be one of them.
And you worked with also other group of people and also with engineers. Do you feel the difference in that emotional intelligence between engineers and the other group of people? The engineers are like separated type of human beings, other group of people.
I love this group because I see that those topics are quite new for IT people, and I'm really happy about this because we may have really nice exchange and how I see things, how they see things, and there's a lot of space also to learn, to see, to experience. This is what we are doing during our workshops.
Are there anything that you notice in people from IT that they have something specific, that they think like something very similar compared to other people without professions?
I think especially this, what I mentioned already, this analytical way of thinking. I think you have it as well. This.
In which cases you notice, like because we worked with Marta together.
Yeah.
And where did you notice it? In what cases?
I mean, it can be connected with your type of work. Yes, so that's you have to analyze many data, looking for the small parts. And during my workshops, which are about soft skills, many times, for example, people are asking about exact definition, and I am giving definition, but then I'm saying, okay, we have the definition, but important is practicing, important is about experiencing, trying this with other people, because this is about soft skills. Yeah, we can't just talk theoretically about this. We have to try it in real life.
And the engineers want to more like define, understand, very concrete, and very exactly focusing what you want to do.
Exactly. I think maybe sometimes this part is a little bit too big, because this is about trying. So I say at my workshops, okay, I'm giving you some knowledge, I'm giving you some theory, but really important part is what is happening after the workshop. So go to your colleagues, try it out, using baby steps, like adding something small. For example, you are in the conversation with somebody, maybe difficult conversation, maybe you have to take some decisions, and check with yourself, how do you feel? Where do you feel it in your body? So this is, for example, about emotional intelligence. Yeah, I see that I'm getting angry. Okay, how I see it? Yeah, where in my body is happening this? And this can be really helpful, because talking about emotional intelligence, this is one of my favorite topics generally. We firstly need to understand ourselves, and when we need ourselves, then it's easier for us to understand other people as well.
Yeah, I just remembered that from the book Marcus Aurelius, like the Roman emperor, and in his meditations he wrote that I don't remember exactly how it was, but I remember it was like I always, or his father or himself, like getting ready to forgive someone that did something under the anger emotion.
This is why self-awareness is so important, yeah? Because we need to understand what is happening with me. Also, what are my triggers? Because maybe there are certain situations that make me feel this way. Maybe I can influence these situations. Maybe I can, do something differently. Maybe not. Maybe I have to have those situations in my life, but then I can decide on my behaviors. So, okay, I will still experience maybe anger, but then if I have this internal talk and saying, okay, Marta, what is going on with you? Like, why you feel this anger? Then maybe I can decide, okay, I won't say something because I know that it will be under this strong emotion. Maybe this is not the best idea.
It is better to just talk to yourself or to write down, like, what are the practical tools to do it?
This is one of them. So generally, this is about emotional regulation, how we can regulate our emotions. And, I always say that emotions are good because they are showing us that something is important. Something important is happening. This is why I feel those emotions. So this is not about, I really don't like this approach that we want to stop emotions. No, emotions are, big source of information, what is happening. But then there's this part about regulating emotions as well. So what we can do when we feel those emotions. And you gave one of the examples, because maybe we can write down. Maybe we can talk with somebody. Maybe
like journaling.
Yeah, for example. Yeah, so journaling is about this, that you see with yourself that something really big is erasing in me. I'm just sitting down and I'm writing everything, what I feel, what is happening. This can be really helpful, and this can regulate our emotions.
I believe that engineers will just spend days or months to understand to do it like handwriting or to do it in the laptop, and in which applications.
I think both are good, but I always say that if you can use pen and paper, old style, it's maybe better.
What if someone else will read it?
What if someone else what?
Will read it.
You can destroy it, throw it away.
Like, do you think, like, it was always interesting for me that people do journaling, but is it, you think, because to just write and understand yourself at the moment, or just to come back and to read it again? Like, what it can give us, journaling?
This is a really good idea. So, not just, this is one of the parts. So firstly, emotional regulation at this moment, but also having this part, okay, I have it in my, in one place, in the notebook, for example, and I can come back to it and I can see if there are any patterns. So maybe there are certain situations that I behave the same way.
Like even 2 years ago, even now?
Maybe 2 years, it's a lot of time, but several months. Because if you come back, you may see.
So you are comparing. You have more data, and you are comparing your old data with
more data, yes.
Yeah, within.
Yeah, because maybe you have a pattern, and this can be really helpful for you to see that. Okay, I see that, for example, every time when, I don't know, I'm late, those emotions are appearing. So what can I do here? Maybe I can influence somehow this situation.
Like, I'm late and what I feel when I'm late.
And I see that this is repeating. So yeah, I see that Monday I was late and this happened. I had this strange, difficult conversation with somebody. Then on Friday I was late, and one more time this happened. So there's a pattern, yeah?
I was always thinking like you can just take a week and just like discover yourself in that week. Just write down from the morning how your day look like, how much you work, how much deep work you do, what the conversations you had. And it's almost the same as like journaling. Yes, you're writing down, and like maybe you can't always fully be focused on that, like discovering yourself, but there can be some gaps, some time periods that you can give yourself to just understanding yourself. And then like it will be more clear.
Yes, but I would give more time, maybe 1 month. Because 1 week I think it's not enough. So for example, when you want to see symptoms of depression, you need at least 2 weeks. So 1 month would be, more or less a good timing to see if there are any patterns.
How you can like explain what is mindfulness?
Oh, mindfulness I really like as well. Generally, you may have like 2 approaches to mindfulness. This general one, so this is how we approach life. So I want to be here right now in the moment. And also there are mindful exercises, mindful meditation, for example, breathing exercises. So something what we can use on daily basis, for example, for our breaks, to practice it and to take care of ourselves, take care of our well-being.
Can you say more details, like if someone that doesn't have any understanding what is mindfulness, like what is it exactly?
Yeah, I know that some people are laughing at work-life balance, but I think this is really important. And connecting this to mindfulness, it's like this, that when you work 100%, be involved in your work 100%. But when you rest, when it's time after work, rest 100%. Yeah, so be involved in resting.
Yeah, I remember it from the book of Henry Ford, a autobiography, like the first, because his grandchild also was Ford, and he also he have like very specific view of life, but from his book, like when I read some book, even if I wouldn't do any highlights, any notes, there are some phases that I remember, and he said like, when you come to work, you should only work and not think about resting. And when you rest, you should only rest and not think about working. But I think now people getting a lot of stressed because they think about rest when they work and they think about work when they rest.
Yeah, it can be. And this is problematic because there's no multitasking. We already know that. And it's important to have a rest, proper rest. When you think about work, when you are after work, you are not resting. So you are not getting recharged. If you are not getting recharged, burnout may happen really easily. So it is important. And as I said, I really like mindfulness because I see it generally as an approach to life. Yeah. I want to be involved in my work because I like it. I know why I'm doing it. But then I know that I also need to recharge. There's also another area in my life that I have to take care of.
Mm-hmm. Like it usually happens, as I can understand, for beginners when they start and they are not sure of their knowledge and they don't have too much experience, and they always like stress in work and after work, like how should I solve that problem tomorrow? What if I can't do at all? Like can you advise any tools, any way how you can like cut your that mindset and not think? Because when I also started, I also was like that, but when I like get more experienced, I just understand that every problem is solvable and you can like, anyway, tomorrow I will find something. It happened already 2-3 years. What do you think? What can they use? Maybe journaling or anything else?
Yeah, this is one of the options, but also really important at this beginning is to not be scared to ask for help, because sometimes we think that we need to resolve it alone, but this is not the truth. Like, we have more experienced colleague. Let's ask him or her how I can solve it. And it can be, we may make this path really short, and comparing to the situation when we would think about this for 1 month, for example, how I have to resolve it. So this is one of the things. But when you were starting your question about this one, I thought about really easy tip. Mm-hmm. Probably we all know it. Like, sleep well, sleep enough, because our brain, needs to recover as well.
I wanted to make a video. Maybe the video is already on my channel, like before this video, but like my tips, how I'm productive and the things that I find out that really helps me. And I wanted to like put on the first place when I slept enough and I had a good sleep. It means like a pre-sleep routine and like more disciplined sleep schedule. Mm-hmm. Like I never, not any to-do list, nothing is not make me as productive as when I have good sleep.
Yeah, and research is showing, because for several years researchers were trying to find out what is about the sleeping, how many hours we have to sleep. There were this years that they were saying, maybe we can sleep 3-4 hours, making those breaks between. And you know,
Arnold
right now,
Schwarzenegger said like 6 hours or sleep faster.
yeah, sleep faster. This is a great idea. You know, this is so funny because so many years of research, and what they say right now is that we are coming back to the beginning. So we just need around 8 hours, 7-8 hours of a good sleep without breaks. And this is...
Yeah, because evolutionary, if we would take a time like in scope of evolution, we didn't have too much time to change our brain because it can take a few million years. And coming back to the question of asking question and not trying to ask a question, when I not be shy to ask questions, when I teach like in the face-to-face to the group of programmers, and I had a student that he had like PhD in math, and you already know about my talk, that guy. So, and he was very smart, he was very mathematical, and he decided after like math to start software engineering. And he was the guy that he never shy to ask a question, and he asked the most stupid question, like, I don't understand, like, explain me more, why it works like that. And had other student, like even my brother studied with me, and like he tried to ask me question, maybe like I will say like it is a stupid question, how you cannot understand. But the guy that he really was very like mathematical, he knows how to ask questions, and he didn't shy.
Yeah, this is really important, to not be scared to ask questions. And you know, this can just help you, because what you would lose. You know, this is also connected with the topic of emotional intelligence, because we people, we create a lot of assumptions around situations. And those assumptions, many times, they are not helpful, you know.
We suffer more in imagination than in real life.
And this is the truth, because sometimes the real situation is so small, but everything what we create around this situation is so big. So for example, about these questions, I won't ask the question because this person will think that I am stupid, this person will, I don't know, behave this or that way, and creating, but probably it's not like this. And we can lose much more by not asking. So I encourage generally to ask more questions, to gather more data. And data, we love data, no? So instead of assuming and creating stories around this, because from psychological point of view, we can lose a lot here.
Could be good integration of data science course, but unfortunately not.
But I really think it would be great to have psychology as
yes,
well.
So you can tell what you do if you have some side courses or if you don't yet. I know that you are starting a social media and you have an Instagram where you give some insights.
Yeah. For With People, this is my Instagram, and this is about meeting with people, consultation. This is about workshops as well with the groups, about the psychological topics, yes, about communication, emotional intelligence, burnout as well, of course, preventing burnout, not about burnout itself, and psychological safety. This is also a topic that I am really involved in.
Mm-hmm. And do you do consultations in English and in Polish?
In Polish as well. I'm quite good at Polish language, you know? So, yes.
Okay, thank you. So you can find Marta's Instagram, and if there will be other links in the description. And thank you for watching. See you on the next videos.